Dear friends, family members, co-workers, colleagues, on behalf of the Badiee family, would like to welcome you and thank you for taking your time and participating in this gathering today to witness the final stage of the preparation of eternal journey for Mr. Azizollah Badiee. The Baha'i faith believes that with the death, a person's soul is released from its physical bonds and enters the spiritual world. The customs regarding funeral and burial focuses on comforting the living and ensuring blessing on the departed soul in the next life. Baha'is also believe that humanity is a single race, and they seek to eliminate racial, religious, and class barriers in the hope of achieving a universal civilization. They believe that the thing that unites all people is their invisible, rational, and everlasting soul. Arrangement for the service and burial are left to the family of the deceased, and no fixed form of funeral services is adopted or imposed on the family or the friends. Each service is unique, simple, and dignified. The prayer of the departed, which was revealed by Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith, is the only essential of the Baha'i funeral service and is recited by one person while all present stand. The program today is prepared by the family and consists of prayers and meditation, and I will announce it as we move forward. Before going to the entire program, I would like to ask all the friends if they can turn off their cell phones or put it on vibration if you have already not done it. All the Baha'i gatherings starts with the opening prayer. So I would like to ask Ms. Muluk Badiee to chant the opening prayer for us.
پروردگار این بنده از شدت اشتیاق به جوش و خروش آمم قفس تن بشکست مرغ آزاد شد و پرواز نمود. او را در جهان راز همدم و همساز دمساز روحانیان کن و هم نغمه و آواز قدسیان فرما. مرزگارا او را مهربان باش و زندگانی جاودان بخش. از ظلمت گناه نجات ده و در پناه خویش آرام بخش. توی بخشنده و مهربان، کردگارا او را شیر بیشه آسمان کن و امیر کشور عفو و غفران فرما. خطا ببخش، عطا مبذول دار. ای رب غفور، او از بهمن هستی فرار نمود تا به شهریور آسمانی رسد و اردیبهشت جاودانی یابد. او را برکت عطا فرما تا در جهان بالا ذخیره اهل بها باشد. توی بخشنده و مهربان.
There is a letter from a spiritual assembly of Baha'is of Scottsdale to the grieved family of Mr. Azizollah Badiee, December 1st, 2012. Beloved friends, with lamenting hearts, we learn of the news that the tender soul of Mr. Azizollah Badiee, a long-time Scottsdale Baha'i, has ascended to Acre Kingdom. As we bid farewell to this distinguished servant of the Blessed Beauty, we recount his selfless benevolence, his gentle character, and his unwavering consecration to the cause. Mr. Badiee was raised in the Baha'i faith and from his very youth served on various institutions, including the National Treasurer's Office and the Feast Committee in Iran. He was also the chairman of his feast for many years. In the aftermath of the Islamic Revolution in Iran, his life was marked by significant trials and tribulations as tempestuous wave of anti-Baha'i rhetoric swept the nation and rampant persecution and confiscation of property followed. As a result, Mr. Badiee served a total of 28 months in confinement on the basis of his belief as a Baha'i and was subjected to brutal tortures at the hand of revolutionary zealots. His resolve never wavered, and he never capitulated to the wishes of his captors. In 1997, he and his family immigrated to Arizona. We extend our most profound condolences to his bereaved wife, Paricher Khanum, his 4 sons, and his 5 grandchildren. In the midst of our bereavement, we are comforted that Mr. Azizollah Badiee is among the most exalted company in the kingdom. We ask that the community join us in prayer as we extend our supplicant hands to the sacred threshold for the progress and elevation of his radiant soul in all the divine words. With sympathy, Nizam Misaghi on behalf of the Spiritual Assembly. The next part of the program will include readings from the hidden words of Baha'u'llah, which will be done by Ms. Nika Badiee, Mr. Ashkan Badiee, Ms. Aba Badiee, Mr. Samander Badiee, and Ms. Golshanek Mehraza. Please come forward.
O son of worldliness, pleasant is the realm of being, wert thou to attain thereto. Glorious is the domain of eternity, shouldst thou pass beyond the world of morality. Sweet is the holy ecstasy if thou drinkest of the mystic chalice from the hands of the celestial youth. Shouldst thou attain this sanction, thou wouldst be free from destruction and death, from toil and sin.
O children of Adam, holy words and pure and goodly deeds ascend unto the heaven of celestial glory. Strive that your deeds may be cleansed from the dust of self and hypocrisy, and find flavor at the court of glory. For ere long the assayers of mankind shall, in the holy presence of the adored one, accept not but absolute virtue and deeds of stainless purity. This is the day star of wisdom and of divine mystery that hath shone above the horizon of the divine will. Blessed are they that turn thereunto.
O Son of Man, thou art my dominion, and my dominion perished not. Wherefore fearest thou thy perishing? Thou art my light, and my light shall never be extinguished. Why dost thou dread extinction? Thou art my glory, and my glory fadeth not. Thou art my robe, and my robe shall never be outworn. Abide in them thy love for me, that thou mayest find me in the realm of glory.
به نام گوینده توانا. ای ابنای غرور، به سلطنت فانی ایامی از جبروت باقی من گذشته و خود را به اسباب زرد و سرخ می‌آرایی و بدین سبب افتخار می‌نمایی. قسم به جمالم که جمعی را در خیمه یک رنگ تراب درآورم و همه این رنگ‌های مختلفه را از میان بردارم، مگر کسانی که به رنگ من درآیند و آن تقدیس از همه رنگ‌هاست.
به نام گوینده توانا. ای ابنای غفلت، به پادشاهی فانی دل مبندید و مسرور مشوید. مثل شما مثل طیر غافلی است که بر شاخه باغی در کمال اطمینان بسراید و بغتة صیاد اجل او را به خاک اندازد. دیگر از نغمه و هیکل و رنگ او اثری باقی نماند. پس پند گیرید ای بندگان هوا.
O my God, verily thy servant, humbled before the majesty of thy divine supremacy, lowly at the door of thy oneness, hath believed in thee and in thy verses, hath testified to thy word, hath been enkindled with the fire of thy love, hath been immersed in the depths of the ocean of thy knowledge, hath been attracted by thy breezes, hath relied upon thee, hath turned his face towards thee, hath offered his supplication to thee, and hath been assured of thy pardon and forgiveness. He hath abandoned this mortal life and hath flown to the kingdom of immortality, yearning for the favor of meeting thee. O Lord, glorify his station, shelter him under the pavilion of thy supreme mercy, cause him to enter thy glorious paradise, and perpetuate his existence in thy exalted rose garden, that he may plunge into the sea of light and the world of mysteries. Verily thou art the generous, the powerful, the forgiver, and the bestower. Abdullah.
Mr. Sohail Badiee will say a prayer in Persian for us.
والله ای پروردگار، پدر مهربان را به صحن چمن درآور و به فضای روشن راه ده. روی روشن کن و از عفو و غفران پیرهن جوشن بخش و در صون الطاف به احسن اوصاف مفتخر فرما. ای خداوند، آن تشنه به چشمه تو وارد و آن مشتاق به ملکوت جمال نازل و آن آواره به وطن اصلی وارد و آن بیچاره به درگاه عنایت واصل. پس آن شه سزاوار بارگاه آسمانی نیست شایان و رایگان فرما. تویی آمرزنده و تویی بخشنده و مهربان.
In this part of the program, we have asked Dr. Mushrif Zadeh to talk to us about the life of reflection of the life of the Spirit. For those of you who don't know Dr. Mushrif Zadeh, I'm sure probably 99% know, but for those of you who don't know Dr. Mushrif Zadeh, I just make it very short because he doesn't like me to talk too much about him. Last time I talked about him, he didn't talk to me for 2 years. So he's a practicing physician, and besides his work in medicine, he has written multiple books and articles in different topics, history and philosophy. So please, Dr. Mushrif.
It was not intentional for sure. Allah Akbar, dear friends. Mr. Azizollah, I love the word Azizollah because it means beloved of God. He left us and he went to our kingdom. Anytime somebody dies, this question comes up. What happened to him? Did he finish? Or there is a life after death? There are so many answers to this question. But here, if I may, I just name 3 of them. One answer is materialistic view. They believe there is no God, there is no life after death. When we die, we finish. So it's good to have the best advantage of this physical life. The second group are those which are called agnostics, la adriyun. They say we don't know, they made it easy. We don't know. Naturally, since we don't know, we again have to have the best advantage of this physical life. One of them, a great Persian poet, Hafiz, we all know him. He says, speak of wine, music, and cupbearer. Don't speak of mystery of God, because so far nobody could solve this problem with knowledge, wisdom, and philosophy. سخن از مطرب و میگو و راز راز دهر کمتر جو که کس نگشود و نگشاید به حکمت این معما را. But the third group are theologists. They believe in God and they believe in divinity. And all the followers of religions, including Baha'i faith, Islam, Christianity, Jewish faith, and Zoroastrian, all of them believe in this. We believe that when the Almighty God created the physical life, which we call it physical world of creation, He also created the spiritual world of creation. So we have physical world of creation and spiritual world of creation. These two have worked together and will work together forever. Now, human temple, like our body, again consists of two dignities. One is physical, which we can see and we can touch, and one is spiritual. We call it human soul or human spirit. We believe that human soul is not made by human temple. It's not made by physical part. The two of them have connection. They are connected to each other in this world because they need each other. But the human soul has a beginning, and the beginning is the time of conception. At the time of conception, emanation comes from the spiritual word of God to the fetus, and fetus starts growing. If we want to know the essence of human spirit, we cannot, because it is above us. It encompasses us. Our mind and comprehension cannot know. But we know the power and also its attributes. To understand better the relationship between body and soul, we need to have some analogy or some examples from the physical life. And if we have that, we will have a better understanding of these relationships, which is very important. If you go to a dark room, first example, if we go to a dark room, we don't see anything. We have eyes. They are healthy and good, but they are not enough. We need light to see. And when the light comes, we can see everything in the room. There is one thing in the room which is special, and that's the mirror. The mirror takes the light, reflects it to the whole room, and shineth the room. Now, the mirror does not make the light. If the mirror is destroyed or broken, the light goes back to its origin. The mirror in this allegory represents the body, and the light represents the soul. Let me give you another example. You put a seed of the tree, suppose a seed of an orange tree, which is popular in Arizona. You put it in the soil. The soil likes it and gives it fertilizer, water, and everything to grow. Now the soul says after a while to this seed, jump up. You have to go up. You have to have inqita, detachment from me. The seed may say, Mom, you are already my mom. I like you. You gave me everything. This is a good place. Why I have to do that? If he does not listen, he will die. But if it listens, comes up, and as soon as it comes up, it will see the sun, it will see the air, it will see abundance of water and everything, and grows, makes branches, leaves, blossoms, and fruit. All because it showed detachment from the soul. Remember this word detachment, because I am going to use it again. So in this example, the tree is the soul, the human spirit, and the soil is the body. Let me give you also another example. I told you that at the time of conception, something like rays, we don't know the essence of it, comes from the spirit of the world, goes to this egg and make it a fetus. And fetus in the womb of the mom starts to grow. And it grows, and it does a lot of studying. Studies eyes. Does he need eyes over there in the womb? No. But by nature, he studies eyes. He studies hands and legs, which he cannot use them over there. He studies all the organs in the body, in the womb. Now, after, suppose, 9 months and 9 days, the womb says, darling, it's time for you to jump out. Show another detachment. And the fetus may say, Mom, this is a good place, a warm place, I'm comfortable, and food is abundant and free. I don't like to go. If he does not listen, he will die. But if he listens, the womb with 2 contractions pushes him out. And when he comes out, he said, oh, Mom is here, Daddy is here, relatives are here, son is here, everything good is here, it is a vast, good place. He said, something good happened to me, I did not know that. Now, he studied hard to have all the organs which he can use here. And here for him or us is the time for study again. We have to study something good for our life to come. If we don't do that, we will be defective. What can we do? Okay, I'm not going to talk about it because you all have read the writings, whether you are Baha'i or Muslim or Christian or Jew, it is in all the books to be a good person, that's all. I'll tell you what Zoroaster said. Zoroaster said 3 words: Manish, Yavish, Konesh. Good thought, good talk, good action. پندار نیک، گفتار نیک، کردار نیک. That's all we have to do. Now, if I may, let me explain to you what happened to Mr. Badiee. We know little about his future. But Baha'u'llah explained to us something. I can tell you, I counted them, it's 11 information that we can have from the writings about him and next day about us. I only tell you 2 of them because we don't have enough time. One is that Mr. Badie's identity, individuality, personality will remain forever, immortal and eternal. The souls don't mix up in the other world. Everybody has its own, his own or her own identity in the other one. This is one point. The other point is that he is out of limitation of time and place. Here we are limited to time and place. Limitation to place means that we can be only one place. We cannot be the other places at the same time. But his spirit encompasses time and place. At the same time that Mr. Badiee is with us, he can be in Iran, he can be in Africa, Middle East, South America, all over the globe. He can know all about the whole universe. Isn't it beautiful? It's so good and beautiful. There is no limitation on place, on the time. We even forgot what we had eaten yesterday. And we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We are so limited to time. But he knows the past, he knows present, he knows future. He knows everything. When he was with us, he probably did not know anything more than what we know. But now he knows everything. Because his spirit is beyond time and place. You have read the writings, I am sure. You know the life history of Saint Ismail Zowari Zabil. He was a mujtahid. When Baha'u'llah was in Baghdad, he became a Baha'i. At first a Babi, and then a Baha'i. He went to the presence of Baha'u'llah. And in his presence were food, good food, and fruits, and so on. Baha'u'llah told him, feel free to have fruits. He said, sir, I don't like this fruit. I like you to give me a spiritual fruit that nobody could give it to me. What do you want? Please show me at the size of the tip of a needle from next word. Baha'u'llah was convinced. Said, okay, come here. He sat in front of Baha'u'llah. He looked at him and said something. We don't know what he told him. We don't know what happened. But we know that after a few days he went and he killed himself. He cut his neck and he killed himself to go sooner, to reach to that point sooner. Baha'u'llah in one of his tablets wrote that I just showed him the tip of a needle from the other board. Now, we know what a good position he has, so we don't need to be sorry for him. He had passed his cage and fled to the word of God. I told you 2 times about inqita, about detachment. Allah says, Shahin, do I have time? Do I have time? Thank you. When it's time for me to finish, just raise your hand. Dr. I appreciate that. Allah says there are 3 things which deprive my people, my servants from me. First is attachment to this world, to this physical world. Naturally, in this physical world, we need the house, we need the car, we need the money in the bank, we need everything for our comfort. It's natural. As long as we need them and we have them, we can use them in the right way, it's fine. But if we become the bond slave of them, that's bad. As long as they are under our command, it's good. If we go under their command, it's bad. You know, we may sit and think it is December, close to Christmas, and we naturally have to do our tax returns. Let's now do our right of God also, pay huququllah. Now the cause is making 2 new big Mashruq al-Azkar. Let me give some charity to Mashruq al-Asghar. But on the other hand, we may say, okay, my money in the bank is so secure and protected, I don't want to touch it. This is attachment. But detachment is to do it. My wife is so good to do that, but I am stingy to God. I am not a good boy, that's all. The second one, which Baha'u'llah does not like, attachment to the other world. We can say, okay, Baha'u'llah, I give this charity, or I do this good to the person, to the other persons, and I know that you are so good, you give me a better level in the other world. It is bargain, it is business with the God. It's no good, it's a barter. He does not like barter. The third thing, which he says makes me uncomfortable, is being deceived with the titles and names. Malakutul Asma, kingdom of names. I am medical doctor, I am an engineer, I am the member of the assembly, I am a counselor, I am the mayor, I am the governor, I am president. It is good to be all of them, but if you are proud of them, the pride will put you down right away. And these are the things that Baha'u'llah does not like. Okay, Baha'u'llah, what makes you happy? Let me know, please. What makes you happy? He says, observe my commandments for the love of my beauty. اعملوا حدودي حبا لجمالي. If you love me, do what I say. So love is the only thing that Baha'u'llah expects from us. I better to stop here, but don't forget two things. One is love, one is detachment. Now let me tell you a story too, is it okay? We don't need to be sorry for him. He's in good place and he's laughing at us. They say two old friends were sitting on a bench and talking about old times. They were football players. And one of them said, do you know whether there is football in the other room, in the other life or not? He said, I don't know. They decided that anyone who dies sooner come to dream of the other one and let him know. So one of them died. After a few days, he came to dream of the other one and said, oh, Joe, I have two good news for you. You remember you did not know whether there is football in the other room or not? There is football. All those good players are playing. They are so good, so happy. They play day and night because there is no night over there. It's all day. And the playgrounds are so vast and good. He said, tell me the second good news. He said, yesterday I looked at the list of next week. I saw your name playing as assistant coach. Thank you very much. God bless all of you.
very much, Dr. Moshafzadeh. Well, in this part of the program, we're going to ask Mr. Hishmat Badiee to talk to us about the life of Mr. Azizollah Badiee. Please.
Allah, friends. متصاعد الله جناب عزیزالله بدیعی در تاریخ 3 فروردین 1303 3 خورشیدی مطابق با 23 مارس 1924 میلادی در شهر کاشان در خانواده بهایی متولد شد. پدر ایشان استاد علی خودش با تحریق تصدیق امر مبارک نموده بود، اما مادر ایشان نسل 4 از خانواده بهایی بودند. ایشان تحصیلات خود را در کاشان و خدمت نظام را در تهران گذرانیدند. در سال 1329 در کاشان با خانم پریچهر شهریاری ازدواج کردند و بعد از مدتی کوتاه مقیم تهران شدند. شغل و پیشه ایشان تجارت فرش و شروط و صدور فرش‌های ایرانی به خارج بود. ضمن کار و رفع و فتح امور زندگی از خدمات غافل نمی شدند و شادی و سرورشان کمک به دیگران و فعالیت‌های اجتماعی بود. ایشان در خدمات مختلف امری شرکت فعالانه داشتند، از جمله عضویت در لجنه تقویت کاشان، لجنه ملی مالی و تبرعات و لجنه ضیافات. همچنین ایشان نظامت ضیافات را در سالهای متمادی عهده‌دار بودند. در زندگی سادهشان موفق و خوشحال بودند و این یکی از خصایل عموجان عزیز بود. واقعا همیشه شاد بودند. تا سال 1357 که انقلاب ایران رخ داد و ایشان با دسیسه بازاریان بهایی ستیز در 3 دوره به مدت 28 ماه تحمل زندان پرمشقت نمودند که دوره 3 آن توأم با شلاق و شکنجه شدید بود. بعد از آن هم تا چند سال نه تنها از ایذا و اذیت دشمنان در امان نبودند، بلکه هر ماه باید مبلغ گزافی به دادستانی پرداخت می‌کردند. بالاخره برای جلوگیری از مصائب بعدی و بودن با فرزندان در سال 1997 مقیم آریزونا شدند و پس از 9 سال سکونت به علت بیماری آلزایمر به آسایشگاه مخصوص منتقل شدند و حدود 6 سال عمرشان در آنجا گذشت تا آنکه در روز یکشنبه 25 نوامبر دعوت حق را لبیک گفته به ملکوت حق صعود نمودند. بازماندگان ایشان همسر عزیزشان پریشر خانم و 4 فرزند شاءالله عزیز، سهیل، سمندر و شاهین و عزیزانش نوشین خانم نادری همسر شاءالله و موجگان خانم نیکنام همسر شاهین و 5 نوه حاطف، هدا، نیکی، اشکان و آوا هستند. این مختصری بود از شرح حال عموجان است.
Thank you. I've been told that Shahin is going to talk about, actually on behalf of the family. Say a few words.
Hello dear friends, Allah. On behalf of my family, I would like to thank every one of you for being here. We are grateful and thankful. Also, I want to thank Dr. Moshafzadeh thank you. It's a great honor to have you here. At the same time, I want to thank Dr. Nafisi that he accepted to be our MC. As the eulogy was read, my dad had Alzheimer's. He said 6 years in the nursery home. What he didn't say is that prior to that, 2 years, he had Alzheimer's when he was at home. I want to take this time to first thank my mom for all the years that she was supportive and she sacrificed, but especially those two years. It was really tough. I promised myself I'm not going to get emotional because my boss is in here too. So. But I have a special thanks for my two brothers, Sohail and Samada. On behalf of my older brother, Shoa, and myself, I want to tell you, in these 2 years that they were at home, that my dad was at home, Sohail and Samada took care of my dad like a baby. They gave him a bath, shaved his beard, fed him, took him to the doctors. And I want to thank you, both of you, because I wasn't able, because with my travel and work and all that, and Shaw, of course, is in Iran. So I want to thank you guys. And again, I want to thank all of you, all the people who have called from all over the world. They have sent flowers. We really, really appreciate it, and we are thankful.
We're going to have a prayer for the departed. And this is going to be recited by Shaheen, while everybody else present here will stand. So please all.
إلهی هذا عبدك وابن عبدك الذي آمن بك وبآياتك وتوجه إليك منقطعا عما سواه إنك أنت أرحم الراحمين أسألك يا غفار الذنوب وستار العيوب بأن تعمل به ما ينبغي لسماع جودك وبحر إفضالك وتدخله في جوار رحمتك الكبرى التي سعت الأرض والسماء لا إله إلا هو أنت الغفور الكريم الله أحد إنا كل لله عابدون 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 الله أكبر إنا كل لله ساجدون 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 الله أكبر إنا كل لله قانتون الله كل لله قانتون الله كل لله قانتون الله كل لله قانتون الله كل لله قانتون إنا 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 كل لله قانتون الله أكبر إنا كل لله ذاكرون 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 الله أكبر إنا كل لله شاكرون 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 الله أكبر إنا كل لله صابرون 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 إنهم كل لله صابرون إنهم كل لله صابرون إنهم كل لله صابرون.
The prayer that you just heard was the voice of Mr. Azizollah Badiee. He had memorized this long time ago and used to chant it off and on. This concludes our program for today in this place. I have a few announcements to make. There will be only 4 prayers already prepared for the graveside. And today there will be a memorial service at 7 p.m. at the Baha'i Faith Community Center, Shea Boulevard and Scottsdale Road, about 2 blocks west of the Scottsdale Road. So everybody is welcome, and would like to thank you again for participating in this program today.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if we would like to start the back of the chapel, we may